Hi. Today I'm actually speaking to an ex-student of mine. She has just qualified. She's an affiliate, and her journey was is really incredible. It's highly noteworthy, and the level of commitment and hard work and perseverance that she has shown to qualifying, certainly I felt was worth memorializing in this video. And so Elizabeth has kindly agreed to join me and record this conversation. And really, the hope is that her experience and her guidance are going to be motivational and helpful to other students who are facing challenges in their ACCA journey, and see how Elizabeth did it, how she overcame these, and got to the stage at which he is now. So without saying any more, I'll shut up and let Elizabeth take the stage. I'd like to introduce Elizabeth Achan Labongo. Elizabeth, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have this opportunity to speak with you at last. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Kumar. I believe
Please.
you're fine too. I'm very excited. And
Great. Well,
I'm
so am
really
I.
grateful, yes, grateful to have this opportunity of speaking to you. I believe you're seeing my face for the first time.
Yeah,
And
it's it's really kind of ironic, isn't it? Um, you know, th- when I first started teaching, okay, it was a long time ago. We won't talk about how long, but when we first, teachers and students were, they met face to face, and now with the world the way it is and technology the way it is, we, turns out we've been, working together, and yet this is the first time we've actually met. So yes, and delighted that we've had this opportunity. So Liz, can I call you Liz?
yes, please.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Liz. I mean, where do you live? What your situation is with your family and so on.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kumar. I'm called Achan Elizabeth Labongo, though I'm married to a gentleman called Okema Charles, with a Lieutenant General in the Army of Uganda. I live in Kampala, Uganda, and I work as an internal auditor. I have five
Oh,
children. Yes,
okay.
I have five children.
Okay.
Uh,
Pause. 5 children, Elizabeth. Where do you have the energy to work as an internal auditor and look after five
yes,
children?
it's by the grace of God, if I may say, Mr. Kumar, because he has been very hectic as a mother, a full-time employee, and studying ACC as well.
Incredible. I mean, this is one of the things that struck me. And please call me Ashim, okay? No need to be formal. We're just having a cup of virtual coffee together.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. So okay. So you got 5 children. You're in Kampala. Are you originally from Kampala, or did you move there from somewhere else?
I moved to Kampala. I come from the northern part of Uganda called Gulu.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. And then
so
what brought you to Kampala? Was it your husband or?
it was because of education.
Okay.
So when I finished my university at Makerere University, Kampala, then I decided to stay around, and I got
Right.
a job at Public Service Commission Uganda, and that's why I stayed within Kampala. And I've worked in a number of ministries.
Uh-huh.
I started with the Ministry of Gender, then I later moved to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I worked with the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Development, went to Ministry of Health, then moved to to the Office of the President. Currently, I'm in the Ministry of Foreign
Okay. Can you
Affairs
repeat that, please, Elizabeth?
as
Because
an
I think that the signal was a
auditor.
bit weak. Sorry, the signal was a bit weak there,
Yes.
Elizabeth. The last thing I heard was that you moved to the office of the president, and then what happened?
Yes. I worked with the Office of the President. Requirements usually to be 3 years. So from Office of the President, I was transferred to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Ah, okay,
Yes,
okay. So basically, your career in Kampala has been in government service as an internal auditor, yes?
yes,
Okay, and across a huge range of departments. Well, that's incredible. So, highly experienced.
yes.
What made you decide that you wanted to do the ACCA? Okay.
It's one of our job requirements for me
Okay.
to attain my next level of appointment, that is to become a senior internal auditor. I should have completed ACCA.
Okay.
Yes.
And so,
Then
go on.
CPA next.
And then
So when I,
CPA.
yes, CPA Uganda.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's when I started my ACCA because I wanted to go to the next level of my job. But because of the many challenges being a mother, a full-time housewife, I couldn't complete within my required time. But I did not lose that hope. I said, no, I already have a bachelor's degree. Why would ACCA defeat me? So I
Good for
registered for
you.
ACCA, yes, in 2001. And that's when I was carrying my firstborn. I
So
started my
two.
course.
So
Yes,
sorry, I'll need to keep pausing you from time to time, Elizabeth. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just I want to get more information about what you're saying. So you started your ACCA journey in 2001, and
yes.
did you have any exemptions from the ACCA, or did you start right from the beginning?
I had some exemption. Actually, I had three exemptions from ACCA. I started there with a corporate law
Oh,
in
okay,
level one. Yes. Then moved on to level two. So that's the
okay,
paper. I did corporate law in December 2002, right? I think if you can remember, yes. Then I moved to level two.
right, okay. Yes, I remember
Yes,
level one, level two, level three. I remember I
yes,
was teaching then, so yeah, okay, okay, go on. So you
yes.
basically you started from the beginning and you worked your way through the different subjects. And at
Mhm.
that time, you I guess had only the one child, your eldest son, is that right?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
And how were you? I mean, how were you balancing all of these things, Liz? Young child, full-time work, being at home, looking after your child and your husband, and the home. How did you find the time?
Actually, some lady who was tutoring me advanced performance management named me a superwoman. It has not been easy. It has not been easy journey because I had other children in the middle of the ACCA. Yes. So during the day, I would be at work. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., I would be at school attending classes for ACCA. And that's when my husband actually did like the whole idea because I was actually giving more time to ACCA and the children than him. But at the
Right.
beginning, when I started, he was very supportive actually. He's even the one who paid for my registration.
Uh-huh.
But when he saw the courses are not ending, he said, no, 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 what kind of course is this you're doing that is not ending? But because I had too much on my plate, the times when I would go for exams when I'm too heavy, the times when I would go for exams when I've just had a baby. So sometimes I had to cancel the sittings because of challenges. You'd find I have nobody to help me at home with the baby. Then I would feel I can't go for the paper. Let me cancel this exam and plan for another sitting.
Wow, hang on,
So
hang on. So again, let me pause your list. So you did I hear you correctly? You did not have help with the children or
yes,
the baby? You did not.
no.
Wow.
So
Okay.
if I may add on that,
Sorry,
okay, I would receive
I'm
help
losing the.
sometimes, and then some. Yes, sorry about the connection. Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So start again, please.
I was trying to make some clarification on the issue of the help. I would have help at times, and then sometimes they would leave. They
All
are
right.
not reliable.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
so
Right.
you'd
Right.
find maybe I have a few weeks to examinations, and a helper tells you I'm leaving,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have nothing to do. I would just say, oh, I can't sit this paper because I've not had enough time to prepare.
Right.
Let me
Sure.
cancel this sitting. and plan for another sitting. So those
Right.
are situations I went through, but I managed to have the 5 children, 4 boys with 1 girl. I've
Well,
been with all these
congratulations on that. That's an achievement in itself, Elizabeth. My goodness. How nice. Okay.
and actually also attend to my husband, because there are
Yeah.
times when we say, I'm coming home for dinner, and
Mm.
then I'll have to put the books away and cook,
Wow.
and miss a class.
Mm.
So the question was, how did I manage? Surely, I can't tell it was by the grace of God, because it was it was too much for me.
I
But
hear
then
you.
yes, I had this encouragement from my father, who passed on in 2019. He kept telling me, please, he called me, Lisa, please just finish ACCA and rest. Finish ACCA and rest, because he
Right,
knew
right.
the value of ACCA. And I also have big sisters who had done ACCA and finished.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So it's a family of accountants, you
Wow.
know. So I was inspired, and I was like, now, if
Yeah.
all the 3 sisters of mine have finished, then why don't I also struggle and be in the group, you know,
Yeah.
in the Lord?
Yeah.
Will I be the one lagging behind? So I had to put in extra effort.
Sure, sure. No, I mean
you
that's
know?
so wonderful to hear that you had, in the background, you had the support of your father, and also you had the legacy, your sister had done it, yeah, and in your family there was this kind of underlying support which give you strength. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, were there any times, Liz, when it was, you thought to yourself, my God, this is just too much. I can't go on. Did you ever feel like that?
Yes, I had several times that I would say, how long will I go on with this? If
Right.
I'd gone for my master degree, I would have been done by now.
Sure.
You know, I went to head office ACCA Uganda and complained. I think they know me there. And I would say, you people, what is happening? Should I continue with this course?
Wow. Yeah.
Very
Well,
disappointed. You know,
I can
you know,
imagine. It must have been so frustrating.
very frustrated. Then I had this group of students I started with, and some of them dropped out. They dropped out, and I would look the whole all days actually in the institution I would attend classes from, and I would feel so bad. And I said, no, I have to clear this paper, come rain or sunshine. You
Good
know,
for you.
and of course, it was demanded at my workplace. They wanted that qualification. I've been an internal auditor for more than 20 years. I couldn't move to the next level. Each time I would apply to become a senior internal auditor, I would be rejected because I had not
Right.
finished ACC. Yes. So there was that demand at my back, and I was like, no, whatever it happens, let me put in more energy
Yeah.
and finish later.
Yeah, I mean that's so impressive, Liz. That is really impressive. But it's also quite interesting, isn't it? And again, for anyone listening to this, and generally people think that the ACCA qualification is just about numbers and putting together a statement of financial position and so on. But it's much, much more than that. And we see that in your employer's rules requirements, that in order to go to a more senior position, one where there will be some leadership involved, there'll be some senior decision making involved, it is essential that the ACCA's training
Mm.
is has been experienced, because all of that supports you as a leader, as a manager of resources and people. Would you say that was a fair thing? I mean, is that why your employer insists that everyone has qualification?
Yes, actually, ACCA is the top notch, I think, globally. Yes, and it has a wide perspective. And to me, I would think any accountant should go in for ACCA, you know,
Yeah.
because it covers a wide area. It's not just about figures, no. Actually, I so much appreciated the strategic business leader, you know, because of the wide perspective that it covers, the leadership skills, the governance, you know. I so much appreciated, and I've tried to apply it at my workplace, of which I didn't have the skills before. So I so much appreciate and still very thankful as to why I chose ACCA. And I think one of these days, I would also go and thank my employer because I felt I've gained so much from ACCA. And if really we are all to go by what ACCA preaches, let me say preaches, then I think we are in a better world. You know, comes to
No,
the
no,
preparation books, the ethics, the moral, the integrity at the top.
absolutely. As
Yes,
professionals, you know, the ACCA sets a very high standard, correctly so, a very high bar for us to reach, because as professionals, people rely on us, people trust us, and we have to be worthy of that trust. But also, as you correctly say, I think, Liz, you know, as people, it helps us and it reminds us of
yes,
what is valuable in life. Yes. No, no, absolutely. So you mentioned SBL. So up until now, you had been preparing for your exams with a college in Kampala. Is that right? Face-to-face tuition?
yes, yes.
Okay. And then you got to the final stage, strategic professional. I assume you continued preparing in the same way with the same college?
Yes, I did continue preparing with the same college called MAT. But then when the COVID pandemic struck, face-to-face classes were cancelled. And
Right.
even I remember a number of exams were cancelled.
Right.
So I had to go online with a number of tutors.
Mhm.
Out of my frustration, I would go to ACCA head office and they would recommend me the very best tutors, of which we engaged online. So I would have
Okay,
classes with
sorry. Liz, can you pause again? I didn't hear a little bit of that. So can you start again after, you know, when COVID happened or started, then clearly your tuition was cancelled and your exams were cancelled. So after that, that would be great.
Yes, I got a contact of a tutor in Nigeria, one of the best tutors in Africa for SBL. We engaged online, we had classes online, we did some bit of revision online, and I think the exams were cancelled. That sitting
Ah,
was cancelled. Yes. So I then didn't continue. I read for the following exam on my own, did a lot of practice on the platform, went and sat the exam. But the day I did a center-based exam, the day I went for my paper, something happened to my computer. The computer went off. And you know, with SBL
ouch.
being so, yes, being a very white paper, 4 hours, I lost all that I had highlighted. So I was moved to another computer.
Yeah.
But when the results came, I had 47%.
Wow. Despite this problem, you
Yes,
managed to score 47. Fantastic. Okay.
7%. Yes. So I contacted ACC head office Uganda, and there's a lady called Dorothy who advised me to write an email. But in my heart, I wanted to see how good I was at the paper. So I said, no, let me not write. But then somebody else also advised me and said, you feel the mitigating circumstances. But I was not aware of it, so I did not. I said, let me wait and see my results. So that's when I got 47%. I was a bit devastated, but I said, no, if I can get 47%, only 3 marks to pass, then it means I can pass this paper. Let me go on. Let me go on
Good
and
for
get
you.
it.
Right.
So I researched for the next sitting. Um, when I did the paper, I had a couple of friends who were discussing with them. This time I scored 49%. So I
The
said,
second
wow,
time. So
the
the
second
second
time.
time you did 49. Okay.
Actually, to be honest, that wasn't my second time. I'd actually started from the paper-based exams. That is
Oh,
in 2019. The first time I sat SBL, I got 38%. But then
right.
that was the time I had my sick father. I was between Cancer Institute, the family, the job, and my dad's illness. So I did not mind so much. I knew I don't had enough time to prepare, you know. So I didn't perform well. The second sitting, which I should have done in September, I just buried my father, so I had not come
Oh,
out of that loss.
of
So I had to
course.
cancel. Yes,
Hmm.
I had to cancel the exams. So I think I started from December 2019. But still, I didn't have that morale to really sit for the papers because I was still mourning for my father, and he was
Of
the person who
course.
kept encouraging, you know. But come 2020, I said, no, the gear has to change. Now I have to go to first gear.
Right, right. And also, I guess the fact that your father was always so supportive of you would
Yes,
have
very
helped your
true.
mental recovery,
Yes,
emotional recovery. Mm.
yes. So when I did 2020, the first sitting in March, yeah, I think I also got 38 again. you know?
Wow. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
What, I mean, if, okay, so if I could just ask about the actual exam experience right now, right? So what do you think was holding you back there? What was the challenge? Why were you getting in the 30s instead of, 40s or more? What was happening? What did you find difficult, in other words?
actually, SBL paper is not a tough, it's not a difficult paper.
It's not
And
what?
it's not a difficult paper. The content is not difficult. It's just exam technique, you know, and time management. So for me, each time I would go for the examination, first of all, I think I would get scared, given the number of times I failed. Yes. And secondly, time management was an issue to me. From the time they brought in the online examinations, we have to type. I'm not very good at typing. My speed was not very good, but I knew I could manage. And I remember one time telling you that if I know the content, I don't think time would be an issue to me, you know? So I kept practicing to ensure that I would be within the time, the 4 hours. Then lastly, and what I think was really an issue that when I grasped it made me pass was to understand what exactly that does the examiner want. How do I answer an SBL question to an extent that examiner, it will not be too long, the paragraphs will not be too short, but concise to the point and what exactly the examiner wants. So when I got in touch with you and we had a chat, we discussed, you told me about the steps, the explain and apply. I tried to internalize it and understand exactly what it meant. So when I grasped what it is, and that's how I managed to pass this paper. So it was the exam technique that was failing me all along. Because even this time I managed to beat time. I managed to complete all the questions, but
Really?
previously I will not even finish. Yes.
Sorry, say that again because the
So
internet, I lost the internet a little bit. So you finished on time? You finished all the answers, all the questions rather?
yes,
Wow,
on
congratulations.
time.
That's another thing, that's unusual because most of the time what I hear from students is there wasn't enough time. I couldn't finish everything. But so yeah, so brilliant. So okay, couple of things. The first is yes, of course, technique is critical, but I would suggest that also it's about your way of thinking, right? With SBL, it has to be different. You cannot rely on a tool or a technique from the syllabus to answer your question. You have to kind of go above the challenge that you're facing and look at the big picture and see the interconnections between, your internal processes, your stakeholder expectations, your, the corporate governance structures that exist. And they are, because they are all connected. And then
True.
SBL requires you then to demonstrate your understanding of that connection in your answers. And I think
True.
that is also something that's a challenge for a lot of students who are used to simply repeating information from the syllabus, in answer to a question on one topic at a time, right?
Very true.
And SBL is not like that, as I think you
No.
agree. And that also I think is critical for students to pass, and that's why you know practicing past exam questions and then getting feedback on your answers
Very
really
true.
helps.
Yes,
So yeah, so it's a combination of pieces. Would you agree?
I do agree with you. I do
Mm.
agree with you. Yeah.
So so talking about that, you were talking about technique, and that was holding you back.
Yes.
Um, and then you and I had a conversation, and you decided to join my revision course. Um,
Yes.
what and there wasn't much time. I mean, how much? So how long before you joined me was the exam? I can't remember exactly. About 5 weeks
I,
or something.
I think it was a month to exam.
A
For
month,
which,
4 weeks.
yes,
So you joined the revision course 4 weeks before the examination. Okay.
yes.
So talk us through what happened, what was going on in your head, what was going on in your life, how you preparing.
Yes, actually, when I joined, it was a month to examinations. I got the revision pack. I started listening to your approaches, how you are approaching questions and noting down. I kept noting down. I'll listen to one question, go through it again, note down. See how you've approached the question, how you've broken down the questions. I made sure I was very keen and very attentive to whatever you were saying. To the point that even when I would go to bed, I would hear your voice, you know?
That must have been a horrible experience, Liz. Listening to my voice when you're trying to sleep. Go away,
Yes.
Ashim. Go away. Leave me alone.
No. I said, yes, I would, because I really wanted to pass this paper. I said, only one paper cannot hold me back for this long, you know. So I would hear, your explanation, especially the number on DC. It was a specimen paper. I listened, noted down, then tried on my own in my own way, and compared with your answers to see whether there was some relation, whether I was in the right track. Yes. Then when we did the first mock, I had 54%. I got encouraged because all along I was not very sure of my answers. I lacked confidence. So when I got 54% with feedback, I was so excited. I said, no, this time I think this paper will go. I read the feedback more than once, noted my mistakes, noted where I needed to improve. I said, fine. When I went for the second mock, I didn't pay also much attention to it, but I didn't do it well. But still, I did not lose hope because the first mock inspired me so much. That was a number on BCO, you know.
Great. Yes,
Then
yes.
I did the second mock on TT for you. It was a tough paper. So I
Yeah, it is a
scored
tough paper.
38%. Yes, I scored 38%. But I said, no. This one will not discourage me. And secondly, they do not bring the same scenarios always. Every exam
Of
is
course.
different.
Of
So it's a
course.
matter, yes, let me master the technique
Right.
and know what exactly the examiner wants. So I read through the comments again. I read through your examination technique. I printed it out, went through it. Then I remember asked you for a chat as a group that we had some burning questions to discuss with you. And immediately you created the link. We had a meeting, and you were asking me, Elizabeth, how are you preparing? We shared with you. So I went for the paper when I was so confident. And much as the paper was
Great.
it was tough, it was a tough paper, but I had the confidence and I tried to apply the state, explain, and apply to every point that I wrote. I made sure I
Bravo.
applied.
Bravo.
Yes. So I think what might have put me off was a question on the value chain. If you recall from the SBL history, I don't think we had any question on the value chain. So I did not put much attention to it. And there came a whole exhibition on value chain and a whole exhibit on value chain, and there were some questions. So I gambled. Otherwise, I think I would have even scored more than 57%. But still, I was very happy with the marks I got.
Well, I'm not
So
surprised.
you kept telling us that a pass is a pass. Who's not going to ask you about the marks? So long as
Exactly.
you pass.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly right.
yes.
Exactly right.
And of course, in my mind also, I said I've engaged with Ashim, one of the global, you've been hosting global webinars. How would it sound for somebody to hear that I failed after engaging with you? So
Well, it's really not about me. It's about you, Liz. It's about the fact that because when I listen to you, I hear all this positivity. I hear this, determination in your voice. How can I not? This is impossible. I refuse to accept that I cannot pass, and that's really impressive, Liz. Really impressive, because it's difficult to do, and it's a reflection of your moral character, your strength, and
Yes,
so on. So congratulations
thank you.
again. It was fantastic. The way you performed throughout. So now you're an affiliate. So congratulations on
Thank you.
achieving affiliate status,
Yes,
Liz.
thank you so
Formally, I'm
much.
saying it on the record. I'm saying it. So what's your plan now, Liz? What's your plan?
Actually, last year before I did my December exam, I think I enrolled for MBA, Masters in Business Administration with one of the local universities in Uganda here. So far, I've finished first semester. I'm now in the second semester.
Already you're in the second semester?
Yes, and
Whoa.
this time
Oh,
I said I'm not going to do accounting. Let me do institutional leadership and management because I feel I really have the leadership skills,
I
you
think you
know.
do.
Yes, and I said I will not kill my skills. I need to be a leader tomorrow. So
Good for
let me
you.
do leadership and management to have a diverse, career so that I can fit anywhere.
Good for you. No,
Because
I
I've
think
done
I
so
think
much accounting.
I think it's a wonderful career choice. But again, what strikes me is that you recognize your strengths and how you want to express them, to use them
Yes.
going forward. I mean, I'm a leadership coach. You may or may not
Wow.
know.
Oh,
So this whole the whole leadership area
yes.
is fascinating to me, and this is one of the things about leadership, in that you lead by example, right?
Example. By
people are not
example.
going to people are not going to follow you, to trust you, um, unless you are prepared to have
Yes.
gone through the fire first.
Very true. Very
And
true.
you've done that. You've
Yes.
done that in your life. So I wish you every success in your leadership journey, and I'm sure it'll be a wonderful one and take you to great
Very
heights. If you use the determination and strength that you've shown so far, I have absolutely no doubt, Liz. So
Very
so you are you got you hopefully you kind of you've been promoted now at work, is that right?
Not yet. There's an internal advert, which is soon coming out, and I'm trying to work on my membership so that when it comes out, I can apply straight away for promotion.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So you can't apply until you're actually admitted to membership. As an affiliate, you can't apply.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
You have to be a
Yeah. So
member.
get that done quickly. Of course, you've got the professional experience, so there shouldn't be any problem at all. If there's anything I can do to support your application, please, of course, don't hesitate to reach out.
Please, I'll reach you out. I
All
wouldn't
right.
doubt. Yes.
Excellent.
And
Well, yeah. So go on.
I've always remembered one word my father always told us. We are 11 children, 8 girls with 3 boys.
Wow.
So my dad always told us, if Ashim can pass, why not you, Elizabeth? We all have 1 kilogram of brain, you know?
I liked your dad. I like your dad. I think I wish I'd met him. Hmm.
We all have 1 kilogram of brain. And exactly that's what I usually tell my children. We all
Great.
have 1 kilogram of brain. So if X can do it, it means even Y can do it. So if so and so has managed to pass ACCA, then why not me, Elizabeth?
Absolutely right. Why not
Yes,
you, Elizabeth?
yes.
And
So I would like,
you've done it.
yes, I've done it. And I would like to encourage, actually, I've been calling a number of colleagues and tell them, please make sure you finish ACCA. I'm done. We started together.
Well, very, very
I've managed
motivational.
to, yes, I've managed to finish. Why not you? You can
Yeah.
do it. Just Do you know you don't even have to read the whole day? Me, I would just take 4 hours in a day, sit
Right.
down and do my revision, listen to your revision pack. I didn't do so much, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
matter of dedication, putting your heart to it and seeing that I have to be somewhere. The world
Wonderful.
is so dynamic, you know. So
Wonderful
with one
advice.
true, true, true. And my dad used to tell me that time will come when 1 degree will become useless. You need to add on your papers.
I really wish I'd met your dad. Sounds like an amazing guy.
Very,
Mm.
very amazing. Yes. So I had all those encouraging words, but I
Hmm.
said no. And as a woman, in Africa, in Uganda, they would regard you as a housewife. They didn't want women to go high with education. But I said no. The trends have changed, you know. We
Quite
ladies
right.
have to be empowered. We have to be empowered, and we want to see ourselves at the top, you know. And we can only be at the top by gaining knowledge. So knowledge is
Absolutely.
power.
Oh
Yes,
no,
yes,
absolutely.
yes.
Well, it's
So
certainly a very inspirational message, uh,
true.
Liz. And I'm sure that anyone listening to that, especially students who are going through their ACCA journey, will be certainly fired up by that. So yeah, so thank you for sharing that. It's really powerful. You know,
Yes.
really enjoyed it.
I would really love to encourage whoever wants to talk to me. I'm very, very free to talk to anybody.
That's
Encourage
generous.
ACCA because one thing I've realized with ACCA, somebody who has not done ACCA doesn't know what ACCA is. You can only get an advice from an ACCA affiliate or somebody who's a member, you know. And with ACCA, there is no need of framework, it's application, understanding the content, you know.
Correct.
So
Absolutely right.
I'm very, very much available for anybody who'd like to be advised.
Very generous of you, Elizabeth. Very generous indeed. I mean, we're now connected on LinkedIn, so
Sure.
so if anyone wants to find you, they can either go directly to your profile or try and find you through mine because now we're
Yes,
friends.
yes.
And yeah, but that's very generous of you, Liz. So your children, your husband must be very proud of you. He must be impressed, or they must be impressed that you didn't give up. What are they saying?
Yes, actually, my firstborn, I think you made a mistake and said it was in Uganda. My firstborn and secondborn are in Canada.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're,
Okay. Hmm.
yes, my firstborn goes to Brock University. He was
Right.
so happy. He just said, Mommy, finally you've achieved your goal. I hope you now can apply for jobs abroad. I said,
Okay.
no. Yes,
Well, why
I'm still
not?
pursuing. I'm still pursuing more.
Good for you. No, no, no. Why not? I mean, ACCA is a global qualification, so use it. Use the leverage it gives you. Yeah.
Definitely. And he told me that you'll get a six-figure salary. I said yes, and I tried to look at statistics in Canada and shared with me. So I told him, yeah, I'll think of it. Then my
Yeah.
second born just called me and said, wow, mommy, I prayed the whole time and said this should be your last paper. Everybody was excited. But
Yeah.
my husband, I haven't broken the news to him. I said I need.
Ah, Elizabeth, I don't know if you can hear me, but your picture has frozen. Ah, Elizabeth, maybe you
Hello.
can. Ah, okay, you're back. You
Yes,
you
sorry,
just froze for a while.
sorry about that.
No, not your fault. It's a connection. Okay, so the last I heard was that your husband. You were going to tell me your husband's reaction.
You will be excited. I haven't told him the good news because it's been up and down. He moves a lot up within Kampala, up country, you know. So I'd wanted to finish the membership stage, get the membership, then invite the family for dinner and break the news to him. But I know he will be very excited. I think he will do more of the the advert for me more than anybody else.
Well, good. So he doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know yet.
Whoa,
But,
how exciting. So when will you be doing this? When will you be having this dinner?
yeah, I will let you know about it since we're in
Yeah,
touch.
send us some pictures. I'd love to
Yes,
see that. I'd love
yes,
to see them, or
I know
maybe
you'll
some
be
video
excited.
or whatever. Really, it'd be great. Be great
Very
to
true.
see.
Very true.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, so Elizabeth, unfortunately, we need to end this now. But it was just a real honor to speak with you and hear about your story and all of these things. I'm so happy that that our paths crossed, and I'm so happy for your success.
Yes. Thank you so much. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And
So I'll be go
maybe
on.
to add on that before you
Yep.
close, I passed SBL paper at the 10th sitting. So I wouldn't want
10th
any
sitting.
student. Yes.
Wow.
So no student should give up and say, I've sat 4 times, I've sat 5 times. No, 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 no. If you don't get the technique right, you can even go on up to 20 sitting. you know?
True.
So I just want to encourage them never to lose hope.
Good for
Let
you.
them continue, understand the techniques, get in touch with expert tutors like you. There are so many of them. Actually, one time I also spoke to one of your colleagues, Marcel, who does a lot of webinars, but I did not enroll into his class. So the number of tutors who do the global ACCA webinars that one can engage with respect of different papers, then the sky will be the limit. There's no need of giving up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
I've seen people
Go on.
pass on the 15th sitting. I've seen people go for 20 times, So I encourage all ACCA students. Those are still doing
Sorry, it's the
exams.
connection.
Please.
Okay. So you encourage, because I lost you.
Yes,
Last
I'm
I
saying
heard was I encourage.
ACCA students, those who are still studying ACCA, not to give up.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
Consistency, perseverance will lead them to success.
Great message. Great message, Liz. It's a wonderful way to to communicate the importance of persevering,
Yeah.
as you have shown so well. So listen, yeah, we look forward to receiving the pictures and videos from your party when your husband gets to hear of your success. I'd love to see a picture of his face when when you tell him, okay, the shock, the surprise. I think that'd be so much
Yes.
fun. That'd be
Yeah.
so much fun.
Actually, would be very surprised because
Yeah.
number of times he asked me, please, how come you're not moving to the next level? I tell him, I still have a paper in SBC, I've not finished, blah, blah, So I want to make a dinner and surprise him and say, oh, finally, because he has never seen me read, by the way. The
Oh,
number of
really?
times he's at home. When he's at home, I would keep my books and concentrate on cooking, concentrate
Wow.
on looking after him, concentrate on looking after the children. Then he will be shocked to hear I did ACC and passed.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm not surprised that he will
Yes,
be absolutely stunned by your achievement.
very true.
So yeah, so anyway, so Liz, as always, as I say, um, very happy to have had this opportunity, and thank you for taking the time.
Yes.
And I'll be sharing, obviously, I'll be sharing this recording with you, and also, if you have no objection, I'll be putting it on social media because I think that you are inspirational, and you have a
Mhm.
message to share.
Very true.
So, but I'll be sending you a link which you can, of course, share with whoever you choose.
Yes, I'll
All right,
appreciate. And I'm
my
also very
pleasure.
grateful for this opportunity, grateful for all you've done, the inspiration, the encouraging words. I'm really very happy. And
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you again. But remember, you did all the hard work.
very
Take care of
true.
yourself, Liz. Take care of yourself.
Take care. All the
Goodbye.
blessings. Thank
And
you.
to
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.
Good.